Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to another Redmond Roundup. Do you know how much I've missed this? It's been one day since I've not uploaded a Redmond Roundup and I've missed just the fuck, mate. And I want to let you know, shout out to all the comments, man. I do read them, and I put the comments in myself. I am the editor, I am the producer, and I am the star. And you are the stars because if you subscribe to this channel and you are a part of the Redmond's army, then we're all the stars in our own little right. But people, we've got another episodes of the Redmond Roundup. We have got stuff to talk about, so let's stop blabbing, you smash a like and let's get into today's Redmond Roundup. So first off on the agenda today, people, I wanted to kick it off by talking about two players that have been sort of up and down throughout the season in terms of what fans' outlook are on the player, whether they want them to stay, whether they want them to go, whether they're over the hill, whether they're still in their prime. We've been asking these questions about quite a few players, but mainly these two more so than anyone else, I feel, anyway. So let me know if you disagree in the comments down below. But Bobby Firmino and Sadio Mane. Now, with bad form comes speculation, comes rumours, and a lot of bullshit, let's be honest. You know, a lot of these rumours that do come out, there's probably maybe only a little bit of substance and a little bit of truth to these things, or they can be manipulated in a different sense. So maybe it's not telling the full story. Maybe Bobby Firmino's sad about something, but maybe it's not what the media will portray it to be. Maybe Mane's sad about something, or he's pissed off, but then the media will create their own little story, and then we'll get a conclusion of what it may or may not be, but we never really know the answer. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is, are they unhappy? What's their stance at Liverpool right now, and do they want to leave? And regardless whether they want to leave or not, should they leave? Or will Liverpool sell them? There's many questions to ask, especially when it comes to these two players, and Mane and Firmino. And I'm very interested to hear what you've got to say in the comments down below, because over the past few days, you've been linked with a Coutinho, been linked with a Suarez, been linked with all these type of players, which, let's be honest, we're most likely not going to get them. Let's just be real straight away. But even if we do, when you look at FSG's policy, and regardless what we want as Liverpool fans, yes, we want to win Premier Leagues every single season, we want to splash the cash, and we want FSG to do a sustainable thing in buying loads of players for your squad, therefore allowing you to compete in more competitions. Therefore, if you win them very competitions, you will make more money. But FSG want to make money just by getting the top four route, because that's the easy thing to do, which again, sound for them as they're a business, but us as fans, we want more. Now, the reason why I brought all that up is because when you look at Mane's and Firmino's case, you're looking like you're going to have to sell one of them to be able to bring in a big player, regardless whether it's Coutinho or Suarez, because don't get me wrong, there'll be a combined 35 million with the reports I've been reading. Suarez can choose to leave in the summer, and then obviously Coutinho, he's only 35 million that Barcelona have set. So when you put it in that perspective, you've also got to think about it as they're not that much money, but the wages will be. Therefore, Liverpool, especially with the wage bill of a Salah, a Mane and a Firmino, they're going to probably want to get one of them off the wage bill, especially when you take into consideration, oh, we've got Diogo Jota, who's firing just an absolute madness at the second. And we are going to talk about Diogo Jota later on in this episode. I can tell you that for free. But this is my stance on... If you don't know my stance on Mane, let me tell you my stance on Mane dead quick, because obviously I'm the Mane kid, and you know everyone expects me to have this Mane agenda. I've been calling for weeks for Mane to be dropped. Let me get that clear, and let me just say that to y'all right now, because Mane is not being good enough. And what I mean by not good enough, I mean so not good enough to the point where it's eye scratching. And I don't know what's worse, watching Mane one-on-one in goal, or watching me having a constipated shit on the toilet when, you know how it is, people. It's not a fun time. And it's not a fun time watching Mane one-on-one on goal. It looks like someone who's lost in the headlights. And it's one of them things with Mane where his issue right now, some people are bringing up a yard of pace, and yet that may be true. And to be honest, I've noticed a lack of his pace as well. But he's still getting chances. He's still getting into the areas. It's that ruthlessness, it's that confidence more so, and I feel like confidence is the issue at Mane. So would I sell Mane? No, of course I wouldn't. Do I think Liverpool will sell Mane? No, I don't think they will. So I don't think Mane's going to go. And also there was a quote talking about the other day that Mane, he basically came out and said he's happy at Liverpool. Of course, things are going wrong, but he's willing to work through it. And that's pretty much what we're not surprised to hear. But then on Bobby Firmino, which a lot of you may not be as clear on my standpoint with Bobby Firmino, would I sell him? Do I think the club will sell him? Here's the way I think of it. Would I sell Bobby Firmino? No, because I'm a Liverpool fan and I want a good squad. And Bobby Firmino, regardless whether he gets goals or not, he's still a very good player. One of the best technical players in the Premier League, by the way. One of the best. Don't get it twisted. But, you know, technical ability will only get you so far if you're not really effective. And Bobby Firmino, this season at least, hasn't been that effective. But he hasn't been the worst of the front three. I think Mane's been the worst of the front three. The difference between Mane and Firmino, Firmino's now had a bad patch, basically carrying over from last season. This is Mane's first season. So if anyone's more likely to leave out of the front three, I do feel like it would be Firmino. And not just from a fan's point of view, but maybe even from a club's point of view, FSG standpoint or Klopp's standpoint. Well, not Klopp's standpoint. I don't think Klopp would ever want to sell Firmino, to be dead honest with you. I think, you know, Klopp's got a certain loyalty to these players now to where he just looks at them differently to maybe we do as fans, and he's not looking at the bigger picture. Maybe I'm only suggesting that could be the case. I don't think it is, but I think Klopp still sees a lot in Firmino, and so do I. This is the thing. I'm agreeing with Jürgen, but the thing is, though, Jürgen has an issue where he feels like Firmino can only play striker. Jürgen, if you see this video, it's not true, and you know well more about football than I do. It's facts, but at the end of the day, Jürgen, you know, you're playing him in a position where, first off, he doesn't even play there. He's at the other side of the pitch most of the time, and two, when he does get a chance, he doesn't fucking take it. It's like a blind man trying to score a goal. It's not going to work. So we need to get someone more effective in that position of who's going to be getting all them chances. So I wouldn't sell Firmino, but I'd love to use him as a squad player. But let's just hope FSG would see that same light, or whoever it would be making that final sort of decision in terms of when it comes to the wages, because I feel like a lot of transfers and whatnot are not due to the fact of whether a player is good or not. It's due to the fact, you know, if you're going to bring one player in, we're going to need to let one player go. And this buy to sell ratio thing that FSG like to do, it could very well include someone like a Mane or a Firmino. So they're both happy. They both want to stay, from what I've been reading at least. But will they? Let me know in the comments down below on what you think. And if you could choose, if this was your decision, would you sell either one of them? If so, who? Or would you keep both for the squad? I'm fine with any answer as long as you have a reason. So let me know in the comments down below. Now I wanted to just jump into a topic about the one, the only. His name is Diogo Jota. And why am I going to talk about Diogo Jota? I'm going to talk about him because he deserves it. Like, if there's one person in this entire universal world that's a load of shit right now that deserves to be talked about, it's Diogo Jota, because he's had one of the best years in a half that anyone's ever had, and that's in a time like right now. So you've got to give respect to the guy. And I'm not just saying this because he's just scored 2 goals against Serbia, which ended 2-2. By the way, what did you think about the Ronaldo goal? Obviously it was disallowed, obviously it was over the line, but it was one of them things where it brought me back to old football, and I'm not going to lie to you, I kind of liked it. And I don't know why, because it should have been given, and that's the reason why VAR was brought in. But I'm just glad that it weren't, like, intercepted, and I don't know, there was just something about it that I kind of liked, for the fact it didn't get stopped, and, you know, there was that sort of controversy. Obviously, if it happens to your team, it's shit, but, you know, VAR's been going against my team, so I don't care no more. That being said, I just thought I'd ask your thoughts on that. But Diogo Jota, man, let's just stop talking about, you know, whether Diogo Jota's ready for this level. He's been proving it, man. He's been showing this level. You can see when he's on the pitch, he's probably our best attacker. And I don't mean in terms of numbers, and I don't mean in terms of longevity, in terms of experience. Of course, he's got some big boots to fill, whether it's on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, or even in that number 9 role that Bobby Firmino has very much been underachieving in. He's got massive boots to fill. So I'm not trying to say, for example, if Diogo Jota, Firmino, Salah and Mane all leave tomorrow, God forbid, the one who would least have an impact on me would be Diogo Jota. But if you're asking me right now who I think is the most effective player across that front three, whoever it is playing, whether it's Firmino out and Jota in, or someone that maybe Mane out, Jota in, anyone, I think Jota's our most effective player. And I'm not saying, because I know what people assume about me. People think I've got this Salah agenda because I maybe don't give him the hype maybe other people do. First off, that's not particularly true. I have been one of the main cheerleaders, let's say, for Mo Salah in terms of calling him a club legend. And people can say what they want, but he's not just a club legend. Like, he is a Mate, like, think of a club legends and times it by 10. That's Mo Salah for you. Do you get what I mean? Mo Salah, I love him to bits, and I don't even want him to leave. For some reason, there's Liverpool fans who want him to go. I don't want him to go. But this season, of course, Salah's played way more games, and he's still getting a great amount of goals. I'm not saying Salah's been shit, but point proven, without trying to sit on this fence that I'm slowly trying to get off, Diogo Jota is better than that front three, technically on the ball. Maybe not Firmino, but Firmino hasn't got that attacking impetus that I feel like he used to. And he needs to get that back if he wants me to be putting him above Diogo Jota in this conversation. So yeah, Diogo Jota is ruthless, people. A ruthless motherfucking Portuguese sexy bastard. That is what Diogo Jota is. No homo. No homo. And it's fine if you are homo, but no homo for me. And it's one of them things, when I talk about Diogo Jota, I just want you to know I appreciate that man to that level. He's that good. One of the best players in the world. I'm not laughing. I'm being serious, mate. He's one of the best players in the world. Not to try and go to old lines, but he is. He's showing it now. And I feel like over the next few years, we're going to get to know. So, I'm not saying I'm leading this Jota choo-choo train, because I think fellow Liverpool fans are starting to see it too. That being said, I'm on that train, and I'm not going to lie, I'm very much certainly enjoying the journey. But I actually, before I round up this segment, do you think Diogo Jota is the best of our front three right now, this second, maybe even this season? Again, yes, he had 3 months out, but I still feel like there's a conversation there. Right, and then before we wrap up this video, we also, well, I also, because I'm by myself, I want to talk about Koulibaly. Kalidou Koulibaly, or Koulibaly Koulibaly, one of the two anyway. They're in there, the Napoli centre-back who's really, really good at football. Obviously, over the years, not just this season or last season, we've been linked with Koulibaly for time. Probably even since before we got Van Dijk, we've probably been linked with Koulibaly. Is Koulibaly world class? Yes, and would most Liverpool fans probably take him? Most likely. But I feel like that number of Liverpool fans who wanted Koulibaly before has kind of dropped, and this is why I wanted to bring this news to you. Basically, you know, from sources that have been suggesting Napoli have been wanting to, or they are going to be lowering the value of Koulibaly in terms of what they want to sell him for. So that was originally, I believe, 60 to 70 million. They're lowering it down to 50 million euros. So I just basically want to ask and present the question: would you still take Koulibaly? Because I believe if I ask that question in the summer, I get a yes from most Liverpool fans. If I asked that question last season, I get a yes from most Liverpool fans. But now, we're in a position where we're still going to get Van Dijk back. Whether he's been out this season or not, we're going to get him back soon. We're going to get his partner in Joe Gomez. I feel like a lot of people have forgot about Joe Gomez because he was the sandwich in between the injuries, the big injuries of Matip and Van Dijk. And because them two have gone out at very important times for the club, I thought someone was outside my window there, mate. Absolutely shit myself. But basically, yeah, Joe Gomez, because there's scaffolding on my house, so I thought someone climbed up on it, but it was just windows or something. Anyway, but because Joe Gomez's injury came in between Matip's and Van Dijk's, it's like people have forgot, oh, Gomez is like our other starting centre-back, therefore, apparently we need a Varane or a Koulibaly. I don't know if that's a necessity. Would I love that? Yes, but is it a necessity? I don't really know. And I don't think this Koulibaly transfer is now a necessity. Yes, we need a centre-back, but I just feel like it's one of them things where, you know, do you get a Varane and pay however many wages? Do you get a Koulibaly and play however many wages and take that sort of risk of them maybe not being able to compete in the Premier League or maybe being done? It's one of them things, but I understand people will say, well, James, he's playing next to Virgil van Dijk, he's playing next to whoever, so they're obviously going to play really well. True, but is it going to be value for money in terms of the wages we're going to be paying and everything else that comes into a transfer, and a big transfer like a Koulibaly would or a Varane would? Especially with the times that we're in as well. So I wanted to bring that to your attention, because Koulibaly is someone who's been sort of off Liverpool's radar, but I feel like everyone would still, or most people would still take him. But with him being, what is he, 31, something like that, you know, if he is younger, if he's 29, maybe even I will change my mind. You know, if you're chatting 50 million for a 29-year-old, I'm happy to be open-minded about that. But if we're talking 31, 32, no me as much gusta. So, me gusta, but no me as much gusta about that. That's what my situation is there on Koulibaly. And also, where does Kabak fit into all this? Because I feel like Nathaniel Deeney Van Phillips has just certified himself a place in this squad. Whether it's 4th choice, 5th choice centre-back, he's a certified starter in this squad. Whereas Ozan Kabak, this is a player who's on loan and we can have the option to buy when it gets to the summer for just about £18 million, I believe. So I want to ask you, would you be happy with a Van Dijk, a Joe Gomez, a replacement for Matip maybe, and a Kabak as your first 4 choices next season? And of course, Nathaniel Deeney Van Phillips. Let me know in the comments down below, as well as let me know about Koulibaly. But people, another great show, another great Redmond Roundup. I'm really glad that you're enjoying this because you know what? This is like my favourite show to do on the channel in terms of being able to know that I can interact with the audience, look at all the comments, get some of them in at the start of the video and we can get these topics done. Shout out to everyone as well who's always sending me DMs on topics to talk about, of course. I always have a little look into it and just give my opinion on it. That's what this show is for. And you can go ahead and put your opinion in the comments down below. But honestly though, people, thank you so much. Legends, everyone. Just legends, just, oh my, 37,000 subscribers strong now on the Redmond's Army as well. Just thank you for changing my life, to be dead honest with you. Like, I don't want to try and go all soppy before the end of the video, but sincerely, like, you know, for what it's worth, for whatever this is worth, you've made just some little scruffy, fat-headed, bowl-headed Scouse boy's life way, way better just by simply clicking on these videos on a regular. And I just want you to know it doesn't go unnoticed. And I do want to start investing back into things that will maybe make your lives better, like giveaways and stuff like that. I want to start doing them soon for sure. So if you have any ideas, James Redmond 96 on the Instagram, make sure you go check that out. But also leave me a DM on how I can make the channel better. How I can maybe make, you know, just things better for the Redmond Army. Membership video suggestions. Shout out to the members, of course. Giveaway, anything. Just I want this to be like a family, and I want you to know that like I'm not just taking the piss clicking on a camera and then I just don't want to talk to you. I want this to be like the place where you all come for just 15 to 20 minutes of freedom and you don't have to think about all the bollocks that goes on in life. That's what I want this channel to be, man. Whether you like me or you hate me, if you got to this point in the video, I just wanted you to know that. So thank you for watching this video, people. That was emotional. That was emotional at the end there. But you know what though? Every last bit of it's being left in. And I love you with all my heart. So have a good one.